and say is that energy use will fall once we move away from fossil fuels, because when we burn fossil fuels, most of that energy is wasted. So we could massively cut our primary energy use without actually affecting our living standards at all.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was exactly the point I was just about to make. It's like, when you do a calculation like that, are you using primary energy or are you using final energy, like energy consumption? And it sounds to me like most of those analyses that come to that conclusion are actually using primary energy. They're not accounting for the fact that when you switch to renewables, you're losing about 2/3 of the loss that's involved in using fuels in a combustion format. So I guess the point that leads you to is that as especially richer countries proceed with the energy transition and switch to more and more renewables to meet their energy needs, they become more and more decoupled from economic growth.
Yeah, exactly. I think that decoupling increases over time. And I actually think part of this comes into the pessimism point we were discussing earlier, where I actually think part of why some people are so pessimistic also is because they're looking at a chart of global energy production or consumption that's got all the fossil fuels in it, and they assume that to decarbonise, we need to produce that amount of solar or wind, which seems insurmountable, but that's like completely not the case. We need to produce much, much less renewable energy to meet the same amount of demand.
Yeah, like 2/3 less.
Yeah.
It amazes me how many people don't understand this. I mean, even people that are in the energy world in some fashion or another seem to just so easily get tripped up by this primary energy versus final energy question.